Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. As I had promised you all that I would be back with the new set of kitchen tips, here I am with 10 kitchen tips which would definitely save your time in cooking instead of spending hours in kitchen. So now let's get started with these 10 kitchen tips which you may be already aware of but would definitely help the beginners. So now let's move on to tip number 1. While making urad dal vada, using grinder makes vada super soft and fluffy. And the quantity of batter also increases with grinder than in a mixer. Most of them don't want to grind in grinder as the cleaning is this tedious task. Hence, the trick that I follow is whenever I soak for urad dal vada, I also soak rice and urad dal for idli and dosa. So first I shall grind the vada and then grind for idli. If I have soaked for dosa, then I leave the grinder for 15 to 20 minutes and then grind for dosa, as grinder becomes hot when you grind continuously. Grinding idli and dosa batter would make your cleaning process easier because you're adding rice while grinding idli and dosa. Now let's move on to tip number 2. This tip is all about storing idli and dosa batter for longer. I usually grind idli and dosa batter on the same day. This is the dosa batter which I will be using it after 2 or 3 days. Do not ferment this dosa batter. Keep this directly in the refrigerator. Say after 2 or 3 days, if you want to use this dosa batter, then remove this dosa batter from the refrigerator and pour the dosa batter that is only required for the next day. Do not ferment the entire dosa batter. Ferment this in a closed container and leave this for overnight. The remaining dosa batter, which is in yellow container, place it back in refrigerator and use it whenever required. As I have grinded idli batter along with dosa batter, I would be fermenting only the required quantity of idli batter, and the remaining batter I would be placing it back in refrigerator. So this idli batter I would be adding salt and fermenting it overnight. As you're fermenting only the required amount of batter, the remaining batter that is in refrigerator would remain for longer. Now let's move on to tip number 3. This tip is all about fermenting technique. In winter season, fermenting idli and dosa batter would take longer. If you want to speed up the fermenting process, then follow this tip. If you have a microwave oven, then heat the microwave oven for a minute and then place the idli or dosa batter in a microwave oven and close the vessel and close the microwave oven overnight. This would help in faster fermentation. Once you place the idli or dosa batter inside the microwave, make sure the microwave is turned off. Now let's move on to tip number 4. If you have many guests at home and if you have fewer number of idli bowls or idli stand plates, then in this case follow this tip. Take a steel plate and grease it with oil and add the idli batter to this plate. Steam this idli batter for approximately 15 to 20 minutes. Now the idli batter is steamed well. Allow it to cool for some time and then cut it into any shape. I have cut it into square shape. You can cut it in any shape. Soft and tasty idli is ready. This would also reduce your work. Instead of washing many idli plates and idli bowls, you just have to wash one plate. Isn't it a good trick? Now let's move on to tip number 5. This tip is very useful whenever you're making any kind of biryani. Say it is chicken biryani, egg biryani or mutton biryani. The main secret behind the biryani is the rice preparation step. Make sure you boil the rice in an open vessel and make sure this rice is not overcooked. You need to boil it only 70 to 80%. Doing this, your biryani will definitely turn out the best. During your dum process, the rice would even cook further. So, do not cook your rice 100% when you boil your rice. Just cook it for 70 to 80%. Following this process, see how perfectly the biryani rice is cooked. Now let's move on to tip number 6. This tip is about marination step. Whenever you're preparing chicken biryani or any kind of chicken starter or fish fry, then make sure you always marinate the fish or chicken for longer. If you marinate it overnight, it is the best, but if it is not possible, then at least try to marinate for minimum 2 to 3 hours for best results. Now let's move on to tip number 7. In most of my non-veg recipes, especially fish recipe or chicken recipe that I have posted in my channel, I have soaked the red chilies in hot water before making the homemade masala. Doing this, your masala color would be bright red. If you want your masala color to be bright red color, then make sure you soak the red chilies in hot water for approximately 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Now let's move on to tip number 8. If you want your omelette to be fluffy, then follow this step. I have taken 2 eggs in a bowl and I am beating using an electric beater for approximately 30 to 40 seconds. After 30 to 40 seconds, your egg batter becomes very light. If you do not have electric beater, you can even beat the egg using this. Now take a pan and grease the pan using oil and pour the egg batter. Cook this for approximately 1 or 2 minutes in low flame and apply oil on top and flip it and cook for another 1 or 2 minutes in low flame. The soft and fluffy omelette is ready to serve. Now let's move on to tip number 9. This is a very useful tip as there are many times when your gravy becomes spicy, you need to follow this step. You can either add curd or cream to your gravy to balance the spice level. If you have made a gravy using a coconut, then you can grind little coconut and add the coconut mixture to your gravy to reduce the spice level. There are times when your gravy becomes salty. In this case, cut few pieces of potato and add to the gravy and allow it to boil for approximately 5 to 10 minutes. Doing this, potato would absorb the salt and the salt in the gravy would be balanced. Now let's move on to the last and very important tip, that is tip number 10. While rolling chapati dough, instead of placing the chapati stone on the kitchen slab, make sure you place a newspaper and then place the chapati stone and then roll the chapati. This tip would help you in keeping your kitchen counter clean. I hope these tips will be useful in your daily life. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell button for notifications on any video that I post. Thank you. Bye-bye.